Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, all praises to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Kodash. The more honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well and labor in the word and doctrine of shalom and peace. May that be into the elect of the nation of Israel. So, BBC News, Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram back after outage. Yeah, this is the 4th of October 2021. Which really that was, when I'm recording this, that was yesterday. But this is the update, I guess. So it says social media services, Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram are backing up and running. Are back up and running after an outage that lasted almost 6 hours, Facebook says. It blamed an internal technical issue which not only affected Facebook services, but reported also employees, work, passes, and email. The services were down from about 4 p.m. or 1600 hours GMT until around 2200 hours on Monday, which was yesterday. But the company said there was no evidence that user data was compromised. But, what is it? What is it really? You never know. Could it be a test run? And we know what it's going to lead to though. Not necessarily this. Ultimately, I'm talking about in the end what this whole thing is going to lead to, this social media outages. When his age, when his world, end of the world is done, and the beginning of it that followeth, they're going to have to send, not necessarily them, but the Lord will use them or impede them if it's in their will to keep all of that up. Ultimately, the Lord is going to send a famine, but he's going to use social media is what the Lord is using to push it out on a bigger scale. But the same way that's how it goes out, well, that's not going to last forever. So get it, what does it say? Seek ye Yahawah, the Lord, while he is near, while he may be found. He may be found through the voice of his servants, them that are reading, teaching the faith, and ultimately, that is what's going to get shut down. And that's going to be outaged when Esau is out, his age is out, the out of the age. Amos 9 and 18. Amos 8 and 11. What? Salachia. Amos 8 and 11. Behold, the days come, saith Ha'adawan Yahawah, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahawah. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of Yahawah, and shall not find it. Right, so it's going to be put out once it's gone out. And Matthew 24 and 14 says, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. Right, so it has to first go out, and then when the end comes, we're not going to be doing camp forever, man. There's going to come a time where it's like we just read, the Lord has spoken, and let's get that as well. Luke 1. When the Lord's spoken and it's finished, and then it's time to bring it to the next stage. Luke 1 and 70, I will start 69. And hath raised up an horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began. So since you've had the world, you've had the prophets. And what does prophet mean? This is the word for prophet in Luke 1 and 70. Or prophets, rather. Oh, this is bugging out again, 1 minute. Alright, we've got it. So Luke 1 and 70 again. As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began. Right, so it's holy prophetes. And how's it conjugated? Oh no, it's from the root propheton. I believe that's how you pronounce that.
Strong's G 4396. Prophetes.
Right, in Greek writings, an interpreter of oracles or of other hidden things. Right, it's hidden ultimately, and it was Yahawashi that unveiled that. Revelation 5:1. And I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within and on the back side, sealed with 7 seals. Right, let's get that. And that represents what? The book not being able to be broken down. This is Isaiah 29:11. And the vision of all is becoming to use the words of a book that is sealed, which men deliver to one that is learned, right? Meaning one that's gone through what the process of learning, of studying it. So an example of that would be your vocabs, your James Whites, your David Guzicks, saying, "Read this, I pray thee," and he saith, "I cannot, for it is sealed." And what's that word for sealed? Oh, I'm gonna have to see if this will work. Right, that word is khatam. Sorry, khatham.
Strong's page
You can't
2850.
even pronounce it. Oh no, you can because it's got the as. But that's how you pronounce it. So it says to seal up, affix a seal. It says to seal, affix one seal, to seal up, fasten up by sealing, to seal, to lock up, to be stopped. It says seal 18, seal up 6, marked once, stopped once, variant once, variant. You got this variant, you got that variant. Right, to seal up, right, to hide. And let's look at the word for seal in Greek. This is okay, we'll try that.
73. Sfragis. Sfragis.
Sfragis. A seal, the seal placed upon books, a signet ring, the inscription or impression made by a seal of the name of Yahawah and Hamashiach stamped upon their foreheads. That by which anything is confirmed, proved, authenticated as by a seal, as token or proof. This is probably from this frasso to fencing, block up, stop up, close up, to put to silence. Right, so when it's delivered unto that man that is learned, he can't read it. It's what sealed up, and also we have this Isaiah 29:12. And the book is delivered to him that is not learned, saying, "Read this, I pray thee." And he saith, "I am not learned." Right, so no one can read it. I mean, they can read it, but they can't interpret it. Read Qur'ah, which is to call out, recite, read, cry out, proclaim. Right, to call, cry, utter a sound. To call and to cry for help, call with name of Yahawah. To proclaim, to read aloud, read to oneself, read. To summon, invite, call for, call and commission, appoint, call and endow. To call name, give call to, call by, to call oneself. To be called, be proclaimed, be read aloud, be summoned, be named. To be called, be named, be called out, be chosen. And that's a preach there as well. Not in that, but in the King James. I just cut out the corner of my eye. What's happening? Right, bear with me a minute. And also, what's that? So lucky, we're back. What? Ashar Shabbath. Yeah, I forgot to say. Ashar Shabbath. How was it? How'd you word that? Secret manifest. Luke 8:17. For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad. So ultimately all of these scriptures will be revealed, and then once it's gone out, it's gone out, man. Yeah, the line has gone out into all the earth. In fact, I've read this already, but I'll read it again and we'll get that. Matthew 24:14, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. When you look at the word for preach, where are we? In fact, look up the word preach, but we'll leave that for another time, man. The gospel specifically, gospel and preach. That's a video in itself. So lucky for my voice as well. What did I say? Psalm 19. Psalm 19:3. It said, "There's no speech nor language where their voice is not heard." It says, "Their line is gone out through all the earth, and their words to the ends of the world. In them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun." So this word is gonna go out. It's gotta go out. And once it's gone out already, man. It's gone out. So that means the red light of the red Hebrew Edomite is gone out as well. And his light is put out. Like it talks about Isaiah 14, it calls him Lucifer, the king of Babylon. So if the king of Babylon, in scriptures, mystery Babylon, is Lucifer, what does that word Lucifer mean? Light bearer. So he's trying to guide people to the light, that illumination. That wokeness on the E-hand side. But once that man of sin has been revealed, 2 Thessalonians 2:3, "Let no man deceive you, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first." And this day is talking about the day of what? The day of Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. Right, it says the day of Hamashiach is at hand. So we know the time. So it won't come until there's a falling away. And that goes into apostasy, apostasis or something like that. Let's look at this word, apostasia. Okay, a falling away, defection, apostasy. Really, it's talking about Jake falling out the land in 70 AD. When we say 70 AD, we mean all the events leading up. It wasn't just it started. It was like fine up until 69 AD, and then 70 AD came in. And it's like what? We're talking about the whole event when Jake came out the land and ultimately went into other nations and fell away again from the culture and custom, because that was where a lot of course, was scattered, but there was Jewry in the land, meaning the people doing the customs of the Jews or the Israelites. But there was the whole 12 tribes scattered, and there was 12 different tribes in the land. What's that? Luke 2:36 talks about, I believe the woman's name was Anna, and she's from the tribe of Asher. Right, but this man of sin, is gonna have to come with his sinliness before the end, and then it's done. Then he's through. So this is 2 Thessalonians 2:3. "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition." Right, he's the one in Revelation 6 sat upon that red horse. He's the E from Genesis 25 and 25 and 27 and 40. It says, who opposeth, Salakia. I thought I was going to sneeze. Who opposeth, let me pause it, Salakia. Right, so forgive me, Salakia. 2 Thessalonians 2:4, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God, saith in the temple of God, shewing himself that he is God. And that's what he's doing with this thing. And that's what he's ultimately going to do with the charagma. Read Revelation 13 and 16. And it's talking about a literal, physical implanting an implant ting. Right. And then we'll get Amos 8 and 11. Just to finish it how we started off. It got shut down for 6 hours or whatever. We don't know what test run that is, or if it was an accident so called. But it's just at least to keep it in your mind that this social media is going to go down. Even if it's none of the aforementioned things, let's say. But it is going to go down. So Amos 8 and 11. Behold, the days come, saith Adonai Yahawah, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahawah. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of Yahawah, and shall not find it. And we'll call it there. Alright, stay alert. Alright, stay watching. Stay prayed up, keep the faith. Right, shalom to the elect. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well and labor in the word and doctrine. And all praises. Kal halalyam. Kal halalyam. La Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi. Bahasham Rachak Kodash. Shalom.